shoulder, heart full of blues out in the dirt.
Alright guys, let's go ahead and get this video started. Fine. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Now today we're gonna get into the secrets, guys. We're gonna talk about some weight loss hacks and a little bit behind the scenes of what I did to actually go from 213 pounds to 160 pounds and how I ended up getting on stage and everything. It starts with a story. Back when I first started with fitness, honestly, I started like everybody else. Like I did at-home workouts. I was just like, hey, let's just try and stay healthy. I knew that exercise was important. I didn't actually focus too much on my nutrition. You know, I was a little bit younger. I didn't really have to worry about my weight so much. And like I felt like a skinny kid, so I honestly just kind of ate whatever. I thought that I could really eat anything that I wanted to, and I just naturally just get super jacked and get like a six-pack abs and everything like that. I had a friend that challenged me, and this friend of mine, she challenged me. She said, Alex, granted, I had like a pretty big ego at the time, but she said, Alex, you don't have what it takes to do a transformation or a bodybuilding contest. And I was like, whatever, I can totally do a bodybuilding contest. Like, that's easy. And so because of like the pride that I had at the time, I was like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into this. So that's when I started learning a little bit more about nutrition and how nutrition actually affects the body and what methods are actually the best. There were like tons of diets that were out there. There were tons of options that were out there, but I just feel really lucky that I was able to skip all of that essentially. The only thing I really screwed up on was doing like that dirty bulk and not really understanding how my body was gonna react to it. So at the end of it all, I finally found a method that was gonna work for me. It was gonna work for everybody. It takes some work to do it, but honestly, in the long run, you're gonna benefit so much more, and that's the biggest thing about this. What I wanna kind of clear up with you guys today is kind of the things that I did that didn't work, and then the things that I do right now that actually do work. And so that's the main message for today's video. And so I hope that you guys can get something out of this. And if you do, let me know what your fitness goals are down below. I'd love to talk with you guys about that. Also, make sure you like and subscribe. This video is like really important, and so I'd love for you guys to share this video and have as many people as possible see it. So that would be really cool. So the first thing that I noticed that I did wrong was I didn't know what I was putting into my body. All I am suggesting here is just kind of monitor what you're putting into your body. So what that means is like get kind of in a routine of tracking or scaling and measuring out your foods. So that way you know exactly how much you're putting in versus just kind of scooping out rice or like cutting chicken in a certain way. Weigh your chicken, measure your rice, you know, even weigh your cereal. Like everything I do, I actually measure, and everything that's measurable is actually things that you can adjust. That's what it took for me. Highly recommend it, and anyone who wants to get on stage, you 100% have to do that. There's no intuitive eating your way onto a competition stage. You have to know exactly down to the calorie, exactly how much you're putting into your body. Okay, so that was the first thing. The second thing that I realized that I was doing is that there was a time where I thought that I needed to like diet, or I was like, I needed to go on a diet. And so what I would do is I would go from like these eating like pizzas all the time just to eating like salads all the time. Now you have to understand that pizzas are about 3,000 calories, and I'm not kidding. I ordered pizza all the time. Like my food was just pastas, like super heavy fats and carbs, and that weren't necessarily the healthiest for you. And I just got a ton of that. I just ate a whole bunch of food. I was eating about 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day, and just like that. And then I'd cut it off cold turkey and just have salads, thinking like, oh yeah, that's gonna help me out. Now, the mistake there is that when you like shock the metabolism like that, your body's used to digesting these higher amounts of foods, and then all of a sudden you're on this very low caloric deficit. Once again, it kind of goes back to knowing what you're putting into your body, but when I made that huge shock to my body, it actually did the reverse effect. I was binging, I had yo-yo dieting, you know, all this kind of stuff. So I'd start and stop. Like, I was never consistent with my nutrition, and that was a major problem. Body doesn't just naturally adjust when you make a massive change to your caloric intake. So for example, if I was at 3,000 calories and then all of a sudden I had so little, my body isn't going to immediately lose weight because my metabolism's all like, oh my gosh, I'm in starvation mode. Let's hold on to these fats because we need it. And more often than not, you actually lose more muscle than you would fat because your body wants to make sure that you're going to live rather than giving you the tools that it needs to thrive. The thing that I did to adjust with that is that when I actually first started tracking everything, I had to start at that point of getting to more of a maintenance calories. So I had to figure out what my maintenance calories are. Now, if you need to know what your maintenance calories are, there's a lot of websites online. Like what I would recommend is looking up what's called your total daily energy expenditure, TDEE. If you look that up on the internet, you can go ahead and put in your measurements. So weight, height, age, pounds, lifestyle, sedentary, lightly active, whatever it is, and then that will actually output for you kind of your general maintenance calories. So when you look at that, you can be like, okay, well, I can shoot for around this many calories a day, and some of these websites will even give you suggested macros that you can follow as well. Highly recommend that. Because what that'll do for you is that'll give you like a baseline and be like, okay, well, let's start eating at this, and not just switching from like eating pizza and donuts all the time to just eating salads all the time, which honestly isn't the best thing for your body. By doing that, you're still going to be incorporating a lot of really good foods, and you don't have to be stuck eating salads 24/7. The next big thing that I totally messed up on, oh my gosh, very upset about this, is I did the dirty bulk. Now, the dirty bulk is essentially just kind of eating at an intense caloric surplus. And once again, I touched on this on the first and second thing, but especially when you're trying to build muscle now, and I'm talking about nice lean muscle, like build it up and be able to have like a nice shredded physique when you do cut and take it down. When I was in the mindset of bulking, I just thought, hey, let's just smash down as much food as I can, because that's what I was told. And in fact, that's actually not the best thing for your body, because when you're incorporating these other foods, especially for males, you get a higher energy level of estrogen versus the testosterone that you're going to need. So you do want to focus on making sure that you're eating testosterone heavy foods like egg yolks and red meat on occasion. And so make sure you're focusing on those type of things so that you're not just getting the lazy, slow, draining, bulking foods that people think when they're bulking up, they just eat whatever. So that's my biggest mistake that I honestly made. I would honestly much prefer having like a nice clean bulk. So what I mean by clean bulk is eating more healthy foods, more nutrient dense foods. Yeah, you're gonna be eating a lot more, but I promise you, your body's gonna thank you for it, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I feel amazing. Sure, there's like a ton of alternatives that you can use, and definitely you don't have to be like super strict when like as if you were like dieting down for a competition, but trust me, your body's gonna thank you at the end of the day, and the quality of muscle that you'll build is gonna be way amazing. Now, quick note, that tip is also for girls too. Girls tend to, and I'm just gonna be frank with you guys here, girls tend to be on the side of they always want to be losing weight and they want to look good, they want to get into that shape. Now, what a lot of girls don't know is girls also go through a bulking and a cutting phase. And so girls, if you want to build up your booty, if you want to build up your body in the way that you want it to, you have to go into a caloric surplus. Like if you want a bigger butt, you have to eat more food and then obviously focus training on your glutes. And then when you do your cutting phase, then you're going to burn off all the fat and kind of reveal what you have underneath all of that, which is the muscle tone, because your butt is essentially muscles. Same thing with the guys. You know, if you want a bigger back, bigger chest, bigger legs, same process. You got to bulk up and then you got to cut it down. And so what a lot of people don't understand, they think they just got to do this once and then it's just like, oh, sick, we're done. It's all good. We're Gucci. Never have to do it again. Unfortunately, that's not the case. it's a process. You bulk up, you cut down, you bulk up, you cut down, until you get to the point where your metabolism's at a spot where you just feel good. You know, you're like, hey, you know, I'm solid. I feel like I'm at where I want to be. And maintaining is so much easier, guys. Like, really, maintaining for me right now, it doesn't even take too much out of my mind, and I'm still able to enjoy a cheat meal every single week. Those are your 3 stop doing this, start doing this tips. I hope that helped you guys out. If you do need some extra help, maybe you want to learn how to live a healthier lifestyle, maybe you want to actually make a transformation and you need actual help with something to follow, like you're just like, hey, I just need something to follow, that I eat this, I do this, and I can finally get results. Well, lucky for you guys, because I run a fitness coaching business where I actually help people just like you to go from basically where I was to getting the physique and body that you want, all while eating delicious foods. And you're gonna be able to enjoy the process and see the results quickly, and they're gonna be long lasting, guys. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you go ahead and check out the link in the description down below. I'll go ahead and put a link down there so that you guys can go ahead and check that out. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. So we just had some time chatting with each other, and I haven't done really like these like tips videos in a while because I don't know, it's just they're kind of less, I guess, less camera editing intensive. But hope you guys enjoy this, and if you guys do enjoy this kind of stuff, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section if you want to have more tips. I definitely want to do more stuff where I show you guys exactly what I do for like workouts, the way to kind of have a better mind-muscle connection, and show you guys how to like flex through the workout and everything like that, so you do build more quality muscle. But let me know what you guys want to see. Thank you guys so much for watching, and once again, like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. We'll catch you guys next time. And like always, deuces.
We are kings of the world, and tonight is our playground. We are kings of the world.